Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be on how to become a crypto millionaire, which is what everybody wants to know, starting with pretty much any amount of money. You know, whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, whether it's $10,000. It all kind of depends on your budget and what you can afford to lose. Never invest any more than you can afford to lose. Right now is the best time to get in. This is like a second leg of this bull run. It's confirmed. We are definitely in a bull market again. So things are on the up and up. Of course, we never know when they're going to come back down. But today is a great time to still invest. You know, we just had a little pullback on Bitcoin, and now it's back off to the races again. And this is what it'll do. Time and time again, it'll go up, it'll scare you a little bit, come back down, a little pullback, and then continue higher. And right now, things are going crazy, especially with Cardano. So my main point in this video is Cardano is the newest ecosystem. It's got all the hype. It's got one of the biggest communities out of any other project. I mean, Ethereum has a huge community, and the Bitcoin maxis are huge. But, you know, Cardano is innovative. You know what I mean? It's really important to really jump on this while it's hot. Getting into Cardano right now is a lot like getting into Tesla at low prices. You know, it's right before the super huge leap and that crazy insane gains. And if you don't believe me, you should trust a really smart guy that I don't know personally, but I follow a lot, which is Charles Hoskin. He's the founder of Cardano, and he is basically saying you still have 60x gains coming by the end of the year. He's talking about over $150 per ADA by year end. That's this year, 2021. Now that's a crazy insane gain. Now, you know, depending on what you have and, you know, to invest, you know, you can easily turn, let's say if I get out my calculator here, you know, 60, or let's just say, let's say $10,000 times 60. You're talking about turning $10,000 into $600,000, over $500,000, you know. And of course, if you only did 1,000, you're still taking 1,000 and turn it into $60,000. That's life-changing money for a lot of people, even the $60,000 part. Even if you only have 100, you know, you still 60 times your money. Now, you know, I think it's pretty easy to squeeze out $100 per paycheck for most people, but I know it is still tough. And, you know, you got to get whatever you can, slowly buy in, especially if you would have got in at 3 cents. Now, if you would have got in at 3 cents, I don't even really want to do the math, but I'll do it anyway. You know, Cardano earlier this year was still down at about 3 cents. You know, let's just say $150 per ADA divided by 3 cents. You're talking about a 5,000x gain. So even if you had put in $100, you're still talking about $500,000 you made off of $100. You know what I mean? That's insane. And we're not done. I mean, he just turned about $150 this year, by the end of this year. And I mean, he still has so much more to do, so much more in the works that we don't even know about. Charles is a definite go-getter. He's crazy smart and a crazy good marketer, and you know, he knows how to lock these deals up, which is nice. You know, Bitcoin is great, but Bitcoin is a gold. You know, it's kind of like the silent gold, finite supply. You know, it doesn't have someone pushing the company and, you know, pushing adoption like Charles. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I think, you know, ADA will eventually flip Bitcoin. Basically, you know, Bitcoin is great. You know, it's the whole reason that everyone is here. It's great. You can't deny that. But at some point, it's not innovative enough. You know, it doesn't have enough wide scale adoption. And then people look at the price. So they just think this is just crazy high. We can't get in here. There's just nothing we can do with it. They don't really understand the Satoshi value. And some of that's kind of hard to do. But with Charles onboarding so many other countries and so many other people, you know, between their, you know, their records, their medical records, their educational records, but not only that, helping people with World Token, you know, World Token Mobile, talking about, you know, onboarding, and then not only that, but creating a financial ecosystem there, you know, and having these people maintain towers, build towers, and then maintain towers in these far off, hard to reach places where, you know, you can't really get a lot of other stuff. You know, companies like Visa won't accept payments and stuff like that. But other projects with Cardano and their stablecoin and their Cody Pay, their other payment systems are gonna, like, they're just gonna explode out here, because this is, you know, when it comes to us here in the US, at least me here in the US, you know, we have a lot of options for investments and stuff like that. It's not really too hard to find a decent investment. You just have to do a lot of research. For these countries, you know, and some of these people in these other countries, you know, it's really tough just to get by day to day. But just the fact that they use this system, you know, and it's going to increase the market cap, it's going to increase the use, which is just going to increase the value, you know, and being able to get in early, you know, trust me, we're all blessed just being able to get in this early on something like Cardano, which is going to be a crazy, crazy gainer. And even Charles was talking about Cardano doing a 60x, you know, even on market cap is crazy, because, you know, we're about 78, let's just say we're 80 billion on market cap. He's talking about doing another 60x. So that put us at 4,800,000,000. Now, that may seem like a crazy, crazy high number, but, you know, Bitcoin is only at almost 1 trillion. You know, Bitcoin is going to continue to grow like crazy. You know, if Cardano is growing, so is Bitcoin. It's just Cardano is going to outpace Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin could be at around 2 to 3 trillion, you know, by year's end. And basically what he's trying to say is Cardano is going to get there, and it's going to get past that. You know, it's going to get past Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't think there's any doubt that it's going to flip Ethereum. Obviously, it's got quite a good ways to go before it gets to Ethereum, and even further to go before it passes Bitcoin, but it's going to happen. So that main thing in this video too is to check out the other projects with Cardano. You know, it's one thing to get in on the ground floor of Cardano, but you have, I mean, it's a higher risk thing, but you can get a higher risk and a higher return by jumping on some of the smaller projects with Cardano. And basically, you know, Cardano is, you know, Ethereum, and, you know, and then of course under Ethereum there's all these dApps like Uni and Sushi and everything else that goes along with it. You have really safe gains and really good gains with Cardano alone. You're talking about 60x. But if Cardano is going to do 60x gains, then some of these altcoins are going to do 1000x or more. And that's what you got to basically look for, is some great projects. And especially when you hear, you know, Charles talk about it even on some of his videos. Now, NFTs, if you guys haven't got into NFTs, I mean, even making some of the 8-bit NFTs have just gone crazy high prices. Posting these and selling these, it's crazy, the NFTs market, which is going to explode as soon as Cardano gets its smart contracts. Everything is going to jump towards Cardano. Some of the environmental stuff, social impact. So a lot of this here is kind of trying to be like the next Facebook, you know, and there's always a huge market in these because everybody likes this kind of stuff, keeping track of family, keeping, you know, track of who's here and who's there and what's going on with the family and stuff. And these are the NFT platforms. So you need to check out some of these. This is a great little project. Screenshot this Cardano ecosystem map here. All of these are great. You know, you hear about launch pads. You know, you hear Charles talk a lot about Occamfi, Card Starter, Vent Finance. These are great projects to try to get in on and get an investment in. You have gaming, insurance. Insurance, I think, is going to be huge. You know, these billion-dollar corporations here in the U.S. that sell car insurance, life insurance, homeowners insurance, you know, the crazy billions of dollars that they make. You know, if you can imagine what your payment would be like without somebody raking in billions of dollars and then just basically, you know, not getting anything out of it. You may not need insurance. Why pay in so much if you don't need it? Well, with this, you can kind of cut out that middleman, and by doing that, you can lower your, you know, your insurance payments like crazy. I think this is going to be a huge space. Stable coins are great, not much use there for gains, but a huge amount of adoption that's going to really help everything in this ecosystem because it's an easier way to onboard more money. Now, payments, one huge and probably my favorite coin for this upcoming bull market and everything else is Cody. I believe it was traded, it got down to 9 cents with this last little push down with Bitcoin. And now I think it's trading almost 20 to 25 cents now. It's just been going crazy. Then you got oracles here like Ergo, Charlie 3. You hear about Charles talking about these all the time. Wallets, there's not much room for investments really in the wallets, but the lend and borrow is a huge space. You know, Celsius, Liquid, let me see, Meld, I did a video on Meld. Go back and check out the video on Meld. You know, they're doing a great system where they're letting you borrow your own fiat in your own country against your crypto. So they're going to give you your fiat so that you can actually take this to the store and use it, you know, right away once you borrow it to help you pay your bills, your mortgage, or whatever you need, which is great. And of course, DEXs, this is going to be, you know, great for the space. You got PolySwap, Oron protocol, Sunday Swap is huge, CardAX is huge. You know, if you haven't heard of some of these, you got to check these out. ADAX is another huge one. Identity stuff, community tools, the core organizations, basically everything Charles is part of, research and education, and here World Mobile Token. Now this is the huge part when it comes to adoption in these other countries. You know, this is the one I was talking about where they're going to set up cell phone towers in crazy locations that are hard to get to, with battery systems, solar systems, and be able to create an ecosystem. You know you're getting in on the ground floor when they haven't even put the towers up yet. You know what I mean? When they're creating the, you know, ecosystem as we speak. You know, and then of course governments that are now on board and trying to work with Cardano to better their governments and their, you know, the people's lives. You got Mongolia, Georgia, Ethiopia, and Tanzania. I'm sure this list is just going to grow, guys. You know, I don't even see, what is the one that just adopted Bitcoin? El Salvador. I don't even see El Salvador on here. So that's going to be another one, you know. But if you really want to become a millionaire in crypto, no matter what you do, just keep funneling whatever you can afford to lose. And this is not financial advice, but into any of these, you know, if you want to go a little more high risk, pick some of these smaller projects like this that haven't even launched yet. You know, you're definitely getting on the ground floor because they don't even have, you know, a working product yet. And try to get in early, you know, and try to build what you can, stake what you can, earn what you can, whatever you can do. But if not, a safe bet and what Charles is calling a 60x gain is still possible just by holding Cardano. So that's it for today's video, guys. I know it's kind of long-winded, but I'm trying to give you my feel on this ecosystem and this community and what's going on. And, you know, if you guys are still around, hit a like, thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys.